Good morning, what up? Grateful for another maggot-free day above the dirt, Jersey Shore, Jersey Lake. So today's video is called the If Only Syndrome. And, a lot of people come to practice looking to change things as opposed to themselves. And the if only syndrome means we say to ourselves, if only I had this, if only I had this, if only I had that, if only this was different, if only that was different. And the problem with this is it's focused all outside ourselves. And even when we get the object of our focus when we're in the if only syndrome, eventually it changes to something else. So we perpetuate and get caught in this cycle of if only. And, it is kind of an eye-opener when we realize that what has to change is not the world, but ourselves. So practice is not about changing the world, changing life, changing the nature of existence. It's changing our place in it. That doesn't mean we can't better the world and make changes in things that are systematic within society. Of course not. But what it means is the basic nature of existence, that we will face pain because we have a body and mind. We will face change because everything's impermanent. We will face conditionality because nothing is fixed and permanent in everything we deal with is based on temporary conditions, right? So pain, change, conditionality, the three truths of the existence of suffering. So how we change our place within this, we'll always face pain, we'll always have things beginning and ending, we'll always have conditions changing, is we change our, first of all, understanding, so that creates new, helpful conditioned thinking. And due to this, we change our response, our relationship with experience and our place in it, and our response to it. This takes practice. This is not even though it is, of course, a spiritual change, it's a pragmatic change. And anything pragmatic, any action that we want to take to be skillful, takes an ingraining through repetitious behavior. And we simply get better at how to do something by doing it. Being intellectual about it and lofty and is not going to make the changes we need. The changes come from actually being triggered, wanting to engage in an old thought pattern or old reactive habitual pattern, and break that attachment. So yeah, sometimes we got to take a couple steps backwards to go forward, but it's all part of the process. It's what makes it difficult at times, frustrating, tedious. But of course, if you've gone through it just a bit, you see how rewarding it is to make progress. And that's what it is. It's a spiritual progress that takes time. So try to note how often we're in the if only syndrome. It's not only the big things. Oh, if only I had a relationship, if only I was out of this relationship, if only I made more money, oh, if only I had less money, if only I lived here, if only I lived there. But it can, if you really observe it, it can go really, really subtle into each almost millimoment of life. Oh, if only this light turned green. Oh, if only it turned red. If only I left a few minutes earlier, if only I didn't see this person, if only I did see this person. I mean, it can go on and on and on, like peeling an onion, because it's our nature to, in the survival instinct, it's our nature to constantly look for something better for ourselves, something different for ourselves. And practice is about being uncomfortable in uncomfortability, being secure in insecurity, being stable in instability, seeing the good within the quote bad, finding the healthy within the unhealthy, and being with things as they are. So if the if only syndrome is a way to avoid, it's a way to feed into restlessness and not be mindful. And it's a way to live in a narrative about how we want our life to be as opposed to how it truly is. So don't get caught in the if only syndrome. Recognize when you do, and break attachment to that kind of entanglement. And that's the liberation we're really looking for, to be in this world and not of it. And it's much more than just managing the material world. It's being able to rise above in a spiritual way the material world itself. Yeah, we, in a relative sense, don't forget, we live in this material world. In an ultimate sense, it's all temporary and impermanent, and it's an illusion when we are entangled in a wrong view and understanding of it. So have a great maggot-free day above the dirt. Peace out. I'll give you the lake one more time.